Hi, this is Tanya and welcome to my Patreon account. Firstly, I just want to say thank you so much to the people who have already agreed to support me on this. It's been something that many of you have asked me for some time, and I've finally bit the bullet and done it. I think because I'm here in England, I'm a lot more grounded. I know that I have internet and I know that I can get things done. So the only thing I'm asking is please bear with me a little bit, just the next couple of weeks, while I sort things and I rearrange things so that these videos actually slot into my work time as well. So it might be a little bit, as everything, things are a little bit unsettled when we first start, but you know, we'll find our way through with this together, I hope. So, like I say, first of all, thank you for being here. So this is the reading for February. I know we're a few days into February and it is a short month, but I'm just going to go with the energies of what I'm getting, and please let me know if this resonates. I'm sure there's a place underneath where you can comment on this as well. Okay, so I'm going in. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm a little bit nervous as well. So yeah, thank you for your time. So the first thing that is coming in here, this is kind of what was coming in psychically before I start with the reading for February. I feel the ego is going to be very prominent this month, okay? So this is with all of us. Now, it doesn't matter how spiritual we get or how much work we can do, we still can't get rid of the ego. The ego is always present. And a lot of times we can learn from the ego. We can listen to it or hear it, but not listen to it. Okay? So just because it's there and it's saying things doesn't mean that these are true. Now, when I'm saying that, this is quite interesting because this is what they're asking us to do this month. Make sure that our actions and words are aligning. Okay, because if we are spouting out all of this stuff and we're not living by it, then we are not in our integrity and we are not being authentic. And this will be felt by people who are in their integrity and who are being authentic. So what this could do is actually take us out of circles that we kind of would benefit from. So this is saying here, it's all about, please make sure that this month it's... Now, this is quite strange, sorry what they're coming through with, because I believe we have to put ourselves first, okay? We have to make sure we're all right, put our own oxygen mask on first before we can help others. But there is a difference when we go into kind of narcissism, you know, where it's like, yeah, it's all about me. The universe revolves around me. But we've got to revolve around the universe. So what this is saying is vanity, ego. These are all going to be things that actually keep us closed in. So this month, I feel, is a lot of looking at ourselves. Now, it's hard to do, okay? This is what they call shadow work, when we need to look at ourselves, even the parts of ourselves that we don't like. We don't pretend that they're not there. We address them, we see why they're there, and then we can actually learn and use them to work with us rather than against us. So what this is saying here is there is going to be a light shined on our shadows. Okay, this is personal. We might see those of other people as well, but this is saying that what we need to focus on is us. How can we be the best person that we can be? How can we not be quite apathetic and expect other people to do things for us? Now, when I was a boss many, many years ago, my staff always used to say that I was a good boss. But the thing was, I would never ask them to do anything that I wasn't prepared to do myself. So I would be getting in there and getting the dirty work done with them as well. And that was to set an example. So this is kind of the energy that it's talking about with this. It's about taking the masks off towards other people and to ourselves. Looking at areas where we could do better. Looking at areas where we are like, okay, you know, I have these strengths, but I'm not that good on that. Can I tweak that up a little bit? And can I be a better person than I was before February started? So it's going to be quite a tasking. I want to say testing, and they're telling me tasking. So whenever we look at tasks, tasks are about work. We've got work to do. And this is, I feel psychically, what is coming in for this month, okay? Don't be too hard on yourself. We develop our characteristics, the way we do things, our routines and everything because of things that have happened in the past, okay? So when we come to change them, we are going to have little lapses. But the thing is, it's having the awareness to go, all right, that is what I used to do. Now I'm going to do it differently. Once we do this, and I feel that February is a really good month to do it. As I said, we're talking about it being a short month, but it's long enough for us to form a habit. So what they're saying here is by the time we get into March, it's almost like we're on this springboard to get into spring, okay? This year hasn't fully started yet. It's going to bloom. I went out the other day with the dog and I seen some snowdrops for the first time and they looked beautiful, but there was an innocence with them. They were still very fragile. So this is saying, you know, we've had a tough couple of years. Every single one of us has changed. And as we go into springtime, this is when we're really going to come out into the open and go, right, okay, this is who I am, and this is now where I claim my place in the world and as who we are. So this is why I think it's having to check us. It's almost like, you know, when you're going out for a night out, and sorry if there's any guys watching, I'm making this about girls, or it might be you as well. But you know, when we go out, we get ready, we do our hair, we put our makeup on, and then we have that little check in the mirror just before we go. You know, it's like, yeah, is everything, yeah, okay, it's all right. So this is it. It's almost like we need to check ourselves. Okay, I'm not going to say before you wreck yourself, because I don't feel that we are. This isn't harsh. This is just about us kind of fine-tuning who we are and how we show up in the world. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. This is the choice we've got. They're saying we don't have to do it. But if we want to move forward and if we want to continue our evolution and this growth and working in harmony with the universe, then we have to make a choice to make some changes and make some adjustments. Just like I've just said, this video, it's all new. So, you know, it's about seeing what works, what doesn't work. So this is what we're going to do, okay, as a collective. So I hope that makes sense. I'm going to get the cards now. These cards today said that they wanted to work with me. I haven't worked with these for so long. Like I say, I'm back in England now, so I have all of my cards, which is amazing, you know, and I still haven't taken the time to spend with them. But these cards said that they wanted to be worked with today. So these are what you're getting. So, right, okay, what else can you tell us about February, please? What else can you tell us? What energies are there in February? Yeah, they're just coming in and saying to me there, sorry, they're going back to what I said before. It's not about how we look, it's who we are, okay? Doesn't matter, we could have a six-pack, we could whatever. But if we're not in good shape in our soul, then that is going to come across, okay? So it's about, I feel this, not superficial. It's not what is on the outside, it's what's going on in the inside. And what we put out within our words to the outside needs to come from that inner, okay? That inner place and that place of inner peace as well. So, right, okay. Oh, there you go. There you go. They're ready. So, again, this is saying, please get out of our head. I'm just going in because, as I've mentioned, okay, this month it's going to be quite testing. But this is testing our brain. I mean, we've gone from being in Gemini North Node, and now we're in Taurus. So Gemini was all about the mind, okay, that I think. And what this is saying is if we stay too much in our thinks this month, we're going to make it hard for ourselves, okay? What this is saying is we can't rush anything. That's it. February, do not rush anything. Anything we try and rush will come back and bite us on the ass, okay? This is about us bringing balance in here. This is about us looking at the old and going, right, okay, that's the skills I have, or that's how my life was. How can I incorporate the good parts with that into this new life that I'm going into? And this is, again, they're saying this is where we have work to do. So it seems to be a normal theme. Now, I feel that as we're going into the second week, I mean, I know it's Valentine's Day, and Valentine's Day is, you know, society tells us it's got to be a time of love. But it can also be a time that we actually feel old pain. We can look at lost love, okay? I had a child that that she was born not living, and she was born on Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day was my grandfather's birthday, and he was always my Valentine date. Every year we would go out for a meal, me and my granddad, we would go out for the day, and it was such a beautiful time to spend. But now my granddad isn't here, my daughter isn't here, so, you know, it brings up things. I wished it was a different day because I wouldn't even remember them, but because it's that, they're saying within Valentine's Day, you know, in this Valentine's thing, really look at the love that we are kind of forced to feel. Is it superficial or is it real? Because love should not be something that is shown once a year. We have 365 days every year to show we love. And the best way to show that we love is via our actions as well. You know, I hate it when these people go like, yeah, I love you, bye. Somebody said to me the other day, oh, I love you, Tanya. And I was like, no, you don't. You don't even know me. And I'm very protective of that word. You know, I tell a lot of people I love them, but only when I do. I cannot say it. You know, and a lot of times we say to people, I love you, because we're feeling a bit inferior. And we want them to say it back to you. So that is not love. That is not coming. That is coming from, I'm going to say this to you because I have a need that I want filled. So this is what it's asking us to look at on the second week of February. And it's saying, where is our actions or the actions of other people causing a separateness around us? This could be loved ones. It could be partners, romantic partners, or whatever. But where is there a separateness between us that should actually be a union? So it's quite a bit the opposite of what we would imagine Valentine's being. And I feel there could be some breakups. There could be some maybe looking at friendships and saying, hold on, this isn't what it used to be. This isn't serving me. There's going to be some deep emotions here, right? But what they're saying this is coming up for is because as we get into the third week of February, there's a real feeling of heart opening, okay? So what I'm feeling is the second week in February is more about doing a spring clean of the heart and saying, is everything that's in there meant to be there? Does everything go? Does everything match? Or is something just there because of nostalgia or because it looks good to other people? Okay? So, I used to be an interior designer, and when I was studying, one of the quotes that really stuck with me was from a guy called William Morris, who was a very famous Victorian designer, who really kind of made homes homely. Before then, they had been useful. He actually brought the bit of a va-va-voom into home decorating. And what he said is, have nothing in your home unless it's exceptionally beautiful or it is entirely useful. And they're saying to me that home is where the heart is. So have nothing in your heart unless it is exceptionally beautiful or entirely useful. So, right, that is where we will get harmony. That is where we will find true happiness. Because if this month, wow, I'm so sorry about this, the first one, and it seems like I'm telling you off. But this month is all about us breaking down old thought patterns, breaking down old beliefs that don't really serve us. We might not even believe them, but we go ahead and it's like, yeah, look what I've got. I've got the perfect relationship and, I've got the perfect house and I've got all of that. And then these people don't even speak together on the inside. It might look good on Instagram, but, in real life, it isn't. So this is asking us, where do we fit within that? Because I feel love is going to deepen, okay? Or we are going to find a deeper understanding of love, they're saying. So this could be that somebody goes out and somebody new comes in. It's like, wow, I was talking to a dear friend of mine last night about the past 2 relationships. And they were both abusive. The first one was very abusive. The second one, not so much so, but it was still very unhealthy. And I said, just because the second one was better than the last one doesn't mean that it was perfect or that it was good or that it was healthy. So sometimes if we haven't experienced what it is that we want, we don't know and we settle or we put up with something because it's better than what we had. And what this is saying is our heart needs to open fully. And this happens with loss, they're saying. When we talk about it's better to have loved and lost than never lost at all, this is what they're saying here. When you have lost true love, like I say, I'm talking about this with my granddad, that was even the smile that comes in when I remember that easiness and that love that was there between us. It wasn't put on show for other people. It was because it was something we shared. And yes, I lost that because he is no longer physically with us. But that love has gone nowhere. It's still there and I can still feel it. But I now value it and I now value the time with other people that I feel that with because I've had it and then it is no longer there. Does that make sense? So this is what it's saying, this look at what we've lost within love to find out what real love is and what it is we want. So they're saying here, this is what we need rather than something being all shiny and, oh, look at how nice that looks. Is there security in this? Am I safe? Is my heart safe? Is there long-term potential with this? If I am investing in something, am I going to get, is that investment going to be safe? And also they're saying here, is there going to be growth with this? Can I evolve? Can the other person evolve? Can we become the best people that we can be together? Or if we can't, this is where we need to make the decision to go in search of this. So this is the shadow work that's going to come up with this. I feel we could be faced with some challenges, some trust issues, maybe even within ourselves, and some old ways of being are going to be highlighted to us. Now, like I said, please don't run and scream and think February is going to be bad, because what this is saying is everything that happens this February is to get us on the path to be able to share our hearts, to be able to share our lives, and to be able to share ourselves with somebody else. Okay, so it's like I say, we're doing this spring clean. This is leading us to happiness. But it is showing us what changes we need to make. I mean, because I pull the cards as I'm talking, they give me the messages. And there you go. This is taking us to the Ace of Cups. And our cup has to be full ourselves in order for that to flow. So if you imagine it, I often say it like, if there's my cup and there's somebody else's cup, and neither of them cups are filled, when we're hitting together, there's just a clanging noise, okay? If my cup is overflowing and their cup is overflowing, when we put them together, it just flows. It flows everywhere as well. And I don't know why I'm being told to show this. There might be some relevance in it to somebody. Does anybody, when they get a drink and they go cheers and you clink the glasses together, where that comes from is in the olden days, I don't know what year, but the olden days, they used to do that in case the other person had poisoned their drink. So what they would do is they would clink glasses so some of the other person's drink would go into theirs and vice versa. And if the other person didn't drink it, then they knew it had been poisoned. So that's quite interesting when this is talking about trust issues as well. So do you trust the person who is filling your cup? Do you trust that liquid, that love, that whatever they're given? Do you trust that to be pure and not poisoned? Okay. Wow, that's interesting. And that is, are they pure? Are they coming from pure intentions? Are you coming from pure intentions? So there's a lot to come in this month. I feel by the end of the month, we're going to be flying as we get into March. We're going to feel a lot more safe and secure in who we are. And we're going to have boundaries that we didn't have at the beginning of this month. Okay? So all in all, I feel this is a great month. It's not all roses and hearts and teddy bears like Valentine's should be, but it is really teaching us the importance of love and where we need to say yes and where we need to say no to that which might be wrapped up in love, but it isn't. And I feel they're showing me there, like, you know, these chocolate heart boxes and that. I mean, if you think Valentine's Day is a bit over the top, isn't it? It's very superficial, and it's all this, you know, this need for it. You see the huge bouquets that are then double the price to what they would be a week later, and all of that. It's all this top show. Okay, so if we look at that as in the way that we're taught to look about relationships, and then look at the real substance around love and relationships, especially with ourselves, then this is where we know what we can choose, okay? And choose wisely as well, because there is so much power in love and in real love, and this is where we can open doors with that, okay? If it's not real, we're going to stay somewhere that might actually, we might find out that that cup is not gold, it's actually tarnished. So I hope that makes sense to you. It was a bit of a strange one. Like I say, I feel that this is going to be a good month. It's a learning month. It's a loving month as well, you know, and this is, we have to love ourselves through this as well. They're telling me that there will be more to come about this with the moon reading, but until now, that is all they're giving me. So I hope that makes sense, and thank you again for being here. Please let me know if this did make sense, and please let me know if there's anything that you would like to see on this channel as well, you know, on this platform. I don't know if I'm sharing this on YouTube yet. I don't feel that I am, but I might, just to let people know that this channel is here. But if not, thank you so much for being here, and yeah, I will see you for one of the moon readings as well. Sat Nam.